Hello everyone and welcome back to Rajput Jain and Associate. Today in this video we will discuss about the various aspects of project report. So let us begin with the meaning of project report. A project report is a document which provides details on the overall picture of the proposed business. The project report gives an account of the project proposal to ascertain the prospects of the proposed plan or activity. Project report is a written document relating to any investment. It contains the data on the basis of which the project has been appraised and found feasible. It consists of information on economic, technical, financial, managerial, and production aspects. It enables the entrepreneur to know the inputs and help him to obtain loans from banks or financial institutions. Next, we have the contents of a project report. So, the project report contains the following information. First is general information. So, project report must provide information about the details of the industry to which the project belongs to. It must give information about the past experience, present status and problems, as well as the future prospects of the industry. Next is the executive summary. So, a project report must state the objects of the business and the methods through which the business can attain success. The overall picture of the business with regard to capital, operations and methods of functioning and execution of the business must be stated in the project report. It must mention the assumptions and the risks generally involved in the business. After that comes organization summary. The project report should indicate the organization structure and the pattern proposed for the unit. It must state whether the organization is based on sole proprietorship, partnership or joint stock company. It must provide information about the biodata of the promoters including financial soundness. The name, address, age qualification and the experience of the proprietors or the promoters of the proposed business must be stated in the project report. Then comes the project description. So a brief description of the project must be stated and must give details about the following like the location of the site, raw material requirements, target of production, area required for the work shed, power requirements, fuel requirements, water requirements, employment requirements as of the skilled and the unskilled labor, technology selected for the project, production process, projected production volume in terms of unit prices, pollution treatment plant required. If the business is service oriented, then it must state the type of services rendered to the customer and shall also state the method of providing services to their customers and that too in detail. Next is the marketing plan. So the project report must clearly state the total expected demand for the product. It must state the price at which the product can be sold in the market and shall also mention the strategies to be employed to capture the market. Then comes the capital structure and operating cost. The project report must describe the total capital requirements of the project. It must state the source of finance and shall also indicate the extent of owner's fund and the borrowed funds. Working capital requirements must be stated and the source of supply should also be indicated in the project. Then comes the management plan. So the project report should state the following, which is first of all the business experience of the promoters of the business, the details about the management team, duties and responsibilities of team member, current personnel need of the organization, methods of managing the business, plans for hiring and training personnel, and lastly the programs and the policies of the management. Then comes the financial aspects. So in order to judge the profitability of the business, a projected profit and loss account as well as a balance sheet must be presented in the project report. After that comes the technical aspect. So the project report provides information about the technology and technical aspects of a project. It covers information on technology selected for the project, production process, capacity of machinery, pollution control plants, etc. Then comes the project implementation. So every proposed business unit must draw a timetable for the project. It must indicate the time within the activities involved in establishing the enterprise can be completed. Implementation schemes show the timetable envisaged for project preparation and completion. Lastly is the social responsibility. The proposed unit draws inputs from the society. Hence, its contribution to the society in the form of employment, income, exports and infrastructure is to be provided. The output of the business must be indicated in the project report. Now let's discuss about some of the key features of an effective project report. Firstly, submit the report on time. So a status report is time sensitive and sending it late defeats the purpose for such a report. Second is giving complete but inaccurate information is just as bad as giving accurate but incomplete information. Since stakeholders rely on the status report for a heads up on the project and its content is used as the basis for decision making, it is critical that the report provides both complete as well as accurate information. Next is do not cover up bad news or adverse reports, as these are all part of the transparency of the status report. Keep in mind that being open with the stakeholders, whether the project is sailing smoothly or not, will benefit both the team and the client, since any problem there will be immediately given attention and will be solved. After that is be proud of the team's accomplishment. After all, this is what the client and the stakeholders will want to know about. Next one is anticipate questions from the client or stakeholders and be prepared to answer them. Sixth point is that be familiar with the culture of the organization and respect the information hierarchy they observe. There are instances when the CEO wants to be the first to know about the contents of these reports before cascading it to his downlines. On the other hand, middle managers will want a head start on these reports so they can also anticipate and prepare for any reaction from the top executives. Craft the status report in such a way that there will be no information overload. It should contain necessary information that the stakeholders need to know. Lengthy reports will consume not only the writer's time but also of that of readers. Too many details also give an impression of micromanagement. Now we come on to the objectives of a project report. First one is selecting the best investment proposal. Project report is an efficient tool for analyzing the status of any investment proposal. It shows the expected profitability and risk associated with the project, and this way helps in choosing the best option. After that comes the approval of project. It is essential for the registration or approval purpose of the proposed project. Different authorities like District Industries Center, Directorate of Industries, government departments, etc. require project reports for giving approval. Third one is tracking. The project report assists in tracking the current activities of the entity. It helps team member and other stakeholders to check the project progress from time to time and helps in finding out deviations against the original plan. Then fourth point is visibility. Another important advantage of having the project report is that it gives full insight into the project. It gives a clear description of the activities to be undertaken and avoid any confusion or disorder. After that comes risk identification. Identification of risk is a significant step for the completion of every project. The project report enables in spotting the risk early and taking all the corrective actions in a timely manner. Then comes the cost management. Project report helps in managing the expenses through regular reporting of all the activities. It sets the standard cost of every operation in advance and helps in finding out any deviation in these costs through taking of the project. After that comes the financial assistance. It is an important tool for availing financial assistance from financial institutions or fund providers. The project report enables financial institutions in judging the profitability of the proposed project and then takes the decision accordingly for approving their funds. And lastly, test business soundness. Project report helps in testing the profitability and soundness of the proposed project. It tells the total estimated cost, possible income and risk associated with any process. Next, we come to the types of project reports. First one is project status report. So a project status report is useful for reporting the progress and crucial activities of the project. It is a tool that streamlines the communication effort between the project team and the key stakeholders. It gives a summary of the completed task in a project. It shows an update on the budget and project timeline. It is useful for reporting the risk issues and mitigation to address the risk. Second one is a risk report. This type of project report helps in reporting the risk management strides of the project team to the stakeholders. It documents the successful management of the existing and emerging risks that are synonymous with a project. Third one is executive reports. This is the type of report that summarizes the organization's business plan for lenders. It helps collate the outcome of multiple research studies for decision making. The executive report is the tool for kickstarting a conversation with the stakeholders. Fourth one is resource report. This is a type of project report that allows the project team and the stakeholders to gain insight on how the resources are shared across the task of the project. The project resource report will show the breakdown of which project team members is allocated to which task on which day. The project resource report is useful for highlighting the problem of over-allocating project resources. And the last type of report is the variance report. The variance report is useful for comparing the project plan against the actual results of the project. It offers a metric to measure if the project is on track, ahead of schedule, or running behind the schedule. Furthermore, the variance report will collect and organize the data on which you are comparing in a project. This can be a budget, schedule, or scope. Finally, what is the role of a chartered accountant in project report? So basically, a chartered accountant assists in identification of projects, carry out technical, financial, and commercial feasibility evaluation of a project. A chartered accountant also helps in selection of optimal capital structure and also plays a vital role in the analytical procedures and jobs like appraisal of financial projections and selection of best sources of finance. So now let us come to some of the frequently asked questions related to project report. So first one is, what are the reasons to use reports in your project? So project management reporting enables you to stay on top of your projects and manage others' expectations, including your stakeholders and team members. Reports allow you to consistently monitor and communicate your project scope, time, budget, and progress at any time to anyone who needs to know. Next question is, what are the types of project report? So the different types of project status reports are daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, or quarterly basis. They simplify the process of gathering and disseminating information about key information on the project. This includes the details of the risks that have the potential of truncating the project and how you plan to manage them. Next, what is the structure of project report? So a project report should summarize everything you set out to achieve, provide a clear summary of the project's background, relevance, and main contributions. The introduction should set the context for the project and should provide the reader with a summary of the key things to look out for in the remainder of the report. Next question is, what is the scope in project report? So project report scope is the part of a project planning that involves determining and documenting a list of specific project goals, deliverables, tasks, costs, and deadline. Next is, what is the sequence of project report? So the project report must start with a number of chapters and end with a summary or conclusion. Each section or chapter should include an extract title to reflect the contents mentioned in the said chapter. A section can be separated into different sections and subsections to present the content discreetly. So this was all about project report. Thank you all for watching this video. In case you have any query, contact Rajput Jain and Associates. Thank you.